y'all gonna need a better plan. Cause I constitute some more of this that I should use, because then I rifled up with a bayonet on the top and it was sharp. Just to look at it, dog, you get 1,000 cuts. And what you watch at it, was it optics? Was it all fun? Why, of course, it was TWA with his flows. They were like horse that pull at the ropes, because then the ropes would grow wherever it was. Was it the wolves that get some more of this shock, and I go and I start to find some gold, because that's how it goes, type stuff, because the gold flows from out of his mold, with some more of this mold on the top that would have foamed like the dog when he bit someone in cough, for some of that flips that he rips. He's not giving big, you're gonna need sticks. Matter of fact, give him a skin riff, cause that was a pie one when the crumbs was inside of me gut, because it passed along some bypass some of this. By God, it was just dark to sing and spit, because then I go and stitch a whip to catch every insect that lived. If I wanted to, dog, and I wanna have some more of this, I wanna try on y'all. Because then the wall that I flip inside of me flipping off was the flip of the board, so we could get flat in the sky. And I floated in mine like a bunch of billion butterflies. And I bought a real nice, a whole bunch of biscuits from the oven when the temp was met with salt. Because then I would have meant what I said with salt. Because then I would have put the sentiment where it belongs. That's a whole bunch of soldier and flow, because won't you watch the bubbles just go from out the water like a volcano just explode? Those are the next that I'ma try on, yo. And then the nexus of whenever I spit this was the X is how it blended, because then the X was the sharpest of the executioner. You was on the block. Wait for some more of my flow to just flow from my mouth, because then the boba would just blow, because that was what I divulged in my flow. Would have been a whole bunch of divergent, you know, because whenever we go, the trident would just glow. That's a whole bunch of bubble just pop, because then Cinderella scrub, when she's done doing her job, she gets to dance at the ball with some kind of hog. Let's just hope he looks half as good as I do. In my business, dog, because in the West I'm strong, because then the blessed talk that I get from Mom would have been given y'all like a ribbon tart, so you can get the gift in box. That's whenever we want. That's whenever we won't. That's whenever we won't. That's whenever the bones had a tone in the bulk like they come out of the pulp. Won't you go where you shop and be buying them up? That's a whole bunch of paint that I put onto the bone. That's a bra burner, dog, if I seen one before. That's a whole bunch of books that stack to make the glow. Because 1,000 of them wouldn't be enough. All of your print sucks. I wish it would never been put in the sentence, dog, because then the sense of it was a sensei nod in his head again, because then this was a hit or miss with whatever I said. In blended messages, a whole bunch of them senoritas that get real hard in a certain spot and they get real wet where their legs were met, and that's a part that I love when I spit me song. That's a whole bunch of, I wish the hoes would have got some more of this in the hotels that they was, because then I wouldn't have been lost in this forest so long with the dark sitting in and the sun would just sit, because then the Somerset sausages would all align with this talk like they were the stars in the sky when it's dark, because then you would have saw when the time was just struck like a clock was behind of me, dog. Because I bet it was. I bet your bets were wrong, because you didn't bet on red. That's who I was. Because then I would have got this cowboy hat and the lasso where it belongs. Round your neck, then I pull real hard. I need to tie the other side to a bunch of them limbs that's really tall, because then everyone could have saw. You was the worst, and the gravity hurts when it starts to break the vertebrae in your neck, and then I start to decay. And then I'll be big when the dust would take its shape, and I would just give it a shake, I guess from soul, because I guess I was sure with my soul that I'd start to just say some more. This little sweet sin, yes, I just drift into the side of hits like this. It's a gust of wind, and I guess that's a sail for a mess, because it's a boat you push with the coast, because then You ought to just know, dog, like I told you before. The hammer would do good. Put Buck the no, because then the neck would have gone full of them bolts. A bunch of Frankensteins know, listening to flow. Dr. Frankenstein riddling yo with mo, because then the riddling show would have done more than the pill. You could swallow a Dixie cup, and what it hold now it don't, because then the hope for the dome would have float like it's buoyant. It's a boat for sure, because then the dog would have been oh so close when I adopt some more of this polka dot flows. Why don't you connect the dots for yourself? Because then I could have scrubbed with the soap to make clean all of y'all, because you're dirty as hell. And I hope this would help. I blue glove the joke, because I'm a mechanic with a bunch of moving parts when I talk. A bunch of them pawns that would fall from a single drop from the clouds, because then I would draw from my strong like it's a deck of cards, and I can pick any one I want. Yes, I can pick them out in the dark, like I got the lighthouse on my tongue. That's a whole bunch of talenting gathered up. I know, I love it a lot. Glittery hard. Some of these cans that are tapped so I could pop me the top, because then y'all would be having a ball. Like Cinderella finally got to go, and a pumpkin could stay there even after 12 o'clock. That's when we walk on trails to get some more than break crumbs to drop, so we can remember our way back. Because then I start to ring break the shit like it never got the oak around. So I put right now with sound. That's some metaphysical talk, because I stopped in and out with the physical now, because there's a certain super collider that's about to get charged when I start to charge like the cavalry does, because then I just scalp all of y'all. No, I just stop on the lawn, because it would have been the stuff that it was. This is the stuff that you got, because that was the stuff of the plus. That was the claw that give it grub, because I fucking grow when I go. I was just a dragon, can't you tell? All them skulls, they start to fall. All them LBs will be gone, because in a second this was a Shelby bitch, because then I'm just taking out the shell what I want to put on the necklace I hit, because then y'all would look naked and sick, like I was up on the stage once again, because then the stage would be set with 1,000 candles nearby, and that's not enough glow, because mold comes from my soul, because then I could come for yo like to keep you warm in the cold. Boom. That's a house in a shutter effect when the tornado spins to rip it up and then pull down with the munchkins would live, because then I would say some great once again. Those are the toadstools that fuck you up, bro, so why don't you take as much as you want or as much as you don't. These are a bunch of hugs for them ones when they go, a bunch of them tips on the hook, because then that witch would get bent and I give her a fuck, because I'm not giving a fuck, because my relentless would talk would have hit you somewhere in some hole. Like it bounced off the wall, so I ricochet flow and make it go where I want. That's a hole in one, bro, while y'all couldn't meet Paul with your club that you swung. So why don't you go dip in the water until your chest don't walk up the oxygen they couldn't find from the water. From the what? From the whip? Once again, with this whip that he would send to leave the mark that gets it red, because then you would have got the direction of when I went, what I'm trying to get when I press, because it's full court press when I bring this shit. I feel like magic's a test, and that's what's atonement for yo. So I told like a boat, maybe I broke something for the senorita who really won't, because then it could have been hope for the souls, because I'm on the hook with my toe. This is the Elmer fuck with this gun, and then I fuck with this fluctuating song that seems to bubble up the top of the whip, the surface dog, because it's a submarine that resurfaces some more, with some more of the stuff I furnished for y'all, because this was all you really want. Boom, TWA. Fuck yes, son. Fucking get him. Get him, dog.